my babies. Hey, y'all. Are you listening? It's me. I'm back. I want to thank you if you're a new subscriber. I want to thank you if you're new to my channel. Thank you for watching my video. I got a couple things on my mind that I wanted to get off because, as y'all know, I'm going through a journey, spiritual journey of self-love, of discovering, and I also believe I'm on my goddess journey. And that's a whole other conversation for another day. So if you're watching this video, then if you're like me, where you feel like your life is just falling apart and you don't know what to do, welcome. We are the wanderers. And I saw something on the Jeep that said, not all who wander are lost. So if you're feeling that way, I would tell you that you're not lost. You are unbecoming. So much of everything that we have learned, observed, seen is low vibrational programming. For instance, like for me, I grew up around abuse, disrespect, chaos. You know, my mother and my grandmother, may she rest in peace, my grandma, were very passive aggressive women. Very, it's okay, don't worry about it. You know, they would just let people treat them any old kind of way. And I was kind of the same way, which, so programming in that, like think and apply that to your life. You know what I mean? Like somewhere, sorry, y'all, I feel like my shirt is, I feel like my shirt ain't, it don't matter. I'm nervous, y'all. But somewhere along the line, you were fed things, saw things, and believed things that just aren't true. If you say you're a goddess, if you say you're an oracle or a star seed, an earth angel or anything, you cannot continue on your journey in the low vibrational thinking. And when I say low vibrational thinking, I mean thinking in lack, no self-love, no boundaries, not owning your power, not standing in your power, things like that. So there's a couple things that I've been discovering, a couple things that I've been learning that has been helping me literally get through each day. Right? And when you're on this journey, you feel out of control. Okay? You have absolutely no idea what's going on. And it's like, God, spirit, ancestors, hello? Are you listening? Are you still there? Do you see the foolery that's happening? I might go to jail. Things like that. And what I have been discovering is during this time, you're probably praying a lot, right? And it's like the more you pray, the more things fall apart. And it's like, pay attention to what you're asking for. Pay attention to what you are praying for, what you're trying to manifest. Because a lot of the times when you're doing that, people, places, and things will fall away. Even people that you didn't think you would ever have to leave behind. Like, for instance, my family, for instance. Like, my mom has been married to my stepdad for like 35, going on 36 years. And he was physically, is physically mentally and verbally abusive to me. And I witnessed his abuse as early as January this year. He physically assaulted me in July twice. I had to call the police, have a police report and everything. And through all that, my mama blames me. She blames me. When I was a kid, my mama knew what he was doing to me. It wasn't nothing like sexual, even though sometimes he did things that really made me uncomfortable. Like he used to always pull my pants down. And I mean, he would pull my pants underwear off, clean up, and he would just whoop me. And then I would just be standing there or sitting there, like with my cootie cat out, and he's just, looking at me. And that used to make me uncomfortable. And I told my mom, but my mama didn't know this. So I told my granny, and, I got in trouble with that for whatever. You know what I'm saying? And my mom knew every evil, conniving thing this man ever said to me and did to me, right? And it never really stopped. Even up now, I'm 36. I think I smeared my little mole, y'all. Okay. So that situation taught me okay, so how can I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. How can I, with that situation, right? I attracted to me a man that was exactly like that, but 10 times worse. Of course, it wasn't in the same way, but it was the same energy, So, when he would buck up on me, or he would, my ex-husband, that is, my son's father, when he would buck up on me, when he would put me in a corner, when he would say certain things to me, those weren't red flags. Like, that wasn't oh, Tiffany, get out of here. Like, no, that's what I was used to. And when it comes, and that's just from the male, and when it came to my mom, growing up, okay, y'all, bear with me for a second, because this is the first time I'm saying this out loud. I have never had this conversation with my mom, ever. She's so mentally tarnished, hurt, bitter, angry, that I can't have this conversation with her. I can't. It's not safe. So, but I'm going to speak my truth. And if she sees it, fuck it, she sees it. It is what it is. It happened. There's so many people in my life that have witnesses that it just happened. I have no reason to lie. I have never really felt loved by my mama. Even from a young age, I always felt like she loved my brothers more than me. I always felt like the outsider. I always felt like I had to fight. Damn it, I said I wasn't gonna cry. I always felt like I had to chase her love. And I don't know if any of you, I'm sorry, y'all, have ever felt this way, even to this day. Even to this day, I still feel that way because of how I'm talked about, how I'm talked to, how I'm treated. It's always aggressive. It's always mentally abusive. It's always putting me down. Like, them two were my biggest bullies growing up. And case in point, I don't know, I feel like my mom is jealous of me. some of the things that she says and does, haters have told me. Like, for instance, I'm gonna tell you. For instance, I'm a beautiful woman. I know that now. I didn't know that growing up. I didn't know that as a little girl. As a little girl, I can't tell you how many times people have said, "Oh my God, your daughter is so beautiful. Oh, you are gonna have trouble with the boys. Oh, Tracy, your daughter is gorgeous. Oh my goodness, look at her hair." And I promise you, my mom would be like, and she would do my hair, yeah, yeah, straight up. And growing up, a lot of my friends who, or just in general, when a mother has a beautiful daughter, they love to show it off. Like, this is my beautiful daughter, this is my pride and joy. I didn't get that. For a long time, people would compliment my hair, or when I would get my hair, like when I straighten out my hair or whatever. She'd be like, "Oh my goodness, your hair it just looks so fake. Girl, that looked like a wig. Your hair just looks like a wig." Stuff like that. People would compliment me, like if I went to the salon and people would compliment me, and my mom would be like, "It's fake, it's a wig." And they go, "Really?" And she's like, I'm like, "No, this is my hair." And she goes, "I'm just joking." You're not joking. You're not joking. You're not. My dad, my biological father, is half white. So I get my hair texture definitely from him. My mom and my grandma and all my aunts, on my mom's side, they have, I don't know if it's 4C hair, but they have that very soft, like cotton, like it literally, their hair literally feels like cotton. It's so that, like, that's the type of hair that she has. And I don't know what happened between her and my grandmother's beautician, but something happened and my mom's scalp been messed up right here. I don't know. She can never really grow her hair. Her hair gets to a certain point and it breaks off. But honestly, I just feel like it's because of all the stress that she has to deal with my stepdad. And so with that bullying from my mother, I've always had very just fake friends. Fake friends. I've had very friends that did me like that. You know what I mean? And whew, felt good to get that off my chest. I'm sorry. I've never said that out loud. And my mom has just done a lot of shit to me over the years that like it programs you to, it programmed me to feel like I have to do things to get love. So I would overgive and overdo, and it's just like no matter what I did, it was never good enough. I was always trying to prove myself. And then you take that with you in your relationships, in your work environment. You take that with you. Your worth, your heart chakra, your self-worth affects everything about your life because it's what you accept. You know what I mean? It took me a really, really, really long time. It took me a really long time to love myself. It took me a really long time to understand my family dynamic. I went to a spiritual advisor, y'all, who told me that my parents are narcissists. They're narcissists. So if you have narcissistic parents, then you know that it does not matter what you do, what you say, whatever they do, it is your fault. They take no accountability. They will gaslight you. They will bully you. They will physically assault you. They will talk down to you, whatever it is to get you to bend to their will. And they don't care. They don't care. So much so to where my mother put her hands on me and tried to fight me because of something that my boyfriend told her. He didn't want to have a relationship with her because of how disrespectful she is. And she got mad about that. And it's like, you don't like him anyway, so what do you care? Why are you mad that he does not want to have a relationship with you when you don't even like him? Stuff like that. And you think it doesn't affect you, but it does. It does. It affects you. It like, y'all, it affected me. I've been raped. I was raped. At 18 years old, I was a virgin. And then I've been sexually assaulted twice in my life. Because I was mistreated at home. I was taught at a very young age how I am expected to be treated. Y'all, they beat me down so bad. I had no plans for myself. I really had no aspiration. There's things that I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't think I was worthy of anything that I wanted. I had no vision at all. Absolutely didn't. And not gonna sit here and act like, oh, my childhood was completely terrible, because we lived on the outside looking in. We lived an okay life. On the outside looking in, I had a lot of things. On the outside looking in, oh, I look spoiled or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, it wasn't nothing that I wanted. It was like Mama Dearest. You know what I mean? If you ain't seen Mama Dearest, go watch it. Them kids had a movie star mom. Big old house, all the clothes and shoes and that they wanted, but they didn't even ask for. And she was crazy. She treated him like crap. And I don't know if this is your story or not, but I'm here to tell you that whatever your background is, whatever your story is, it's for a reason. When I first started my spiritual journey, I was watching a reading, and the lady was saying that as a soul, when you come forth to this 3D earth realm, you're given a plan. You understand the plan, the purpose, and the path that you're supposed to take. And of course, you understand why, right? Now, it's not like a stamp, it's just a blueprint. But of course, we have free will. So of course, we can veer off the plan this way, veer off the plan that way, and but eventually hopefully, eventually all come back around to the original plan. But there is nothing that happens to you, like bad, tragic, that your soul did not know would happen. Right? And so what helped me on my journey was, why would I choose this? If I knew that I was going to be in a household with a stepdad and a mom and be mistreated and abused, and then my biological dad not there, and then I have my brothers, and they get treated better than me, why would I sign up for that? Why would I agree to come down for that? And that right there, that question right there, helped me on my journey. It really has. There are so many women who have been sexually assaulted, molested, abused, raped. So many. I don't know the statistics, but almost every woman that I've come into contact with has had some form of physical type or mental abuse, like dead ass. And I started to understand that I believe that one of my purposes is I'm supposed to help people heal. I'm supposed to show folks how to love. Because I've always been told, Tiffany, oh my God, you are such a light. There's no one like you. The way you show up for people and the way you love, like I've never had anyone do that because I feel like we forgot. However, some of us be doing too much because we were, especially if you grew up in an abusive household, your boundaries were definitely disrespected and disregarded. Especially in a black household, because black parents just feel like I'm your elder, I'm your parent, because the old school used to break your leg, punch you in your nose, beat your ass, and it was whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they did whatever they wanted to the children, and nobody better not say nothing. What goes on in this house stays in this house, and it's just like no, that's no. And in my family, I think it's generational because my mama didn't have a good relationship with my grandmother, which is another reason why I feel like there's a rip in my relationship with my mother, because my grandmother treated me better, according to my mother. And from what my aunts have said about my grandmother, she was a trip. Very abusive, and my siblings just had so much anger, especially like my Aunt Karen, so much anger for my grandma that I don't really feel like their heart space was so broken that they never got a chance to mend their relationship and see how much my grandmother had changed and see how much she was trying. Because the version that everyone talks about with my grandmother and how mean she was and all this other stuff, baby, I have what? My grandma? Rosa May? No. My grandma was completely different with me. And that used to just piss my mama off and just get on her nerves for I don't know why. Because don't you want, like, do you want me to be treated the same way? You know what I mean? Like, there were so many things that my grandma wanted to do for me, and my mom was like, nah, you ain't do that for me. And it's like, if you're that type of person, so because your mom didn't do it for you, you're not going to do it for your children or your grandchildren or your nieces. Like, we're going to keep perpetuating and repeating the same cycles. This just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. You got to recognize in your journey that your household, your dynamic between your mom and dad, that's where it started. No matter how much you want to say, oh no, it didn't affect me, or no, man, whatever, whatever you tell yourself, it affected you, it shaped you, it molded you so much. I didn't grow up getting hugged and told I loved you and kissed on. Like, my mom was just not that. She was sexually molested from the time she was, I think she said it started at 5 all the way up to like 17. So she did not like being touched. It's just like that nurturing part of my mom was never there, ever. I always felt like I was chasing her love. How she responded to my brothers is not how she responded to me. So, I would start there. Over the years, I had to write a lot of letters to the both of them and burn them. Because if you know that you can't have this conversation with whoever it is that hurt you, then, I don't recommend that you go and have the conversation. But don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. Okay? However, with that being said, if you can't have the conversation, write it down. Write it down, write it down, and then burn it. Get it out of your spirit. Get it out of your system. And then, baby, we're in the age of technology and knowledge. There is so much knowledge available to us, even on, I call it Professor YouTube or Professor Google for healing. I listen to April Mason, Lee Brown, Shira Seven, Sprinkle. Just to name a few. To reprogram my mind, my subconscious, and to tap into my feminine. And it's been very helpful, and this spiritual journey, baby, it ain't for the weak. Because let me tell you, I understand why this road is the road that's less traveled. I do. It takes so much strength and courage. And if you feel like giving up, don't. Because if you give up, nothing will change. Nothing will change if you give up. I promise. Leaving a marriage to my son's father, I was 25. May 26, 2014. I remember the date. I remember he was throwing me around. He took my shirt and ripped it off of my body. My son was sleeping in the crib. I don't even know what set it off. I don't even remember what the argument was about. And, because I told him I didn't want to be with him. I wanted to try and do an in-house separation. And I'm going to try and figure out daycare and getting a job. And he told me, well, this is my house. I pay all the bills. So if you don't want to be with me, you can get the fuck out. That's exactly what he told me. I left that marriage. He literally kicked me out. I said, well, I'm not leaving without you. And he goes, take him. And he threw me out with my son and locked the door. And then a couple minutes later, he had my dresser on the outside, my clothes, my shoes on the floor, my purse, like everything. Threw it out. I went to my neighbors and I left. And that wasn't easy. That was not easy. That was one of the hardest decisions I had to make. And it was hard because in your mind you think, oh, he'll change, you just need therapy, maybe it's me, and it's like, we just got married, we haven't even been married a year and a half, I got this newborn baby, I don't have no money, I don't have no job, at the time I didn't even have a driver's license, and I didn't know what to do, I didn't know how to figure it out, but I packed my stuff, I called my mama, she came, we got the rest of my stuff, and I was out. And it was hard, it was scary, but you know what, I made it. I came out on the other side and I made it. And just like everything you've ever been in your life, you gonna make it too. We gonna make it together. So if you're struggling, start there. Write it out. If you don't feel like you look good on the outside, then change it. Like today, I don't feel good. Whenever I feel really, really low, I always get up and I do my makeup and I do my hair and I look good. And you know what? I feel better. Because it's true. When you look better, you feel better. And I feel like it's a beauty ritual. You're reminding yourself that you are worth taking the time to take care of. You are worth getting dolled up. You are beautiful. You are wonderfully created. You are. You are worth whatever it is that you want, baby. You just got to believe it. And whoever told you different is a goddamn lie. My favorite mantra is whenever someone tries to send me anything negative, baby, return to sender. Because, baby, let me tell you something. Some people really be trying to send you pregnancy energy. And I be like, returned. I say it anytime anyone try to do pregnancy, money, anything that sounds negative, and they think they trying to stick on you like that evil eye or whatever, I'll return to sender. I'm rubber, your glue, basically. And it works every time because, baby, look, my son is 12 and I ain't had a kid yet. No pregnancies, no abortion, nothing. Nothing. Because out of that situation with my son's father, I learned. I learned. I'm not going to go through this again. Being a single mom, no matter what people try and say, it is not a badge of honor. It is not a badge of honor. And I'm going to tell you why it's not a badge of honor. It's not a badge of honor because so many of us don't want to be single mothers. We are tired. We're worn out. Our bodies are breaking down. We're gaining weight. We're having health issues. Bitterness sets in. Like, granted, we love our babies, but that whole strong, independent, single mom, no. Let's stop praising it. It ain't nothing about it is cool. Nothing about it is cool. Nothing. Raising a child by yourself and working at the same time and cooking and cleaning, ain't nothing about that a badge of honor. Nothing. It's hard. And I want more women to be honest about that. Stop praising it, But I got off subject. That's a conversation for another time. I'm starting to talk. But yes, this journey is something serious. And baby, the only way to get through it is you got to feel your way through it. If you got to cry, let it out, especially to my black women. Let that strong shit go. We ain't got to be strong no more. Okay? We are not in the 1960s, 50s, 40s, 1700s, 1800s. There's help for us. Mental health is a real thing. It's time to stop being strong. Okay? And it's time to start being healed. So, yes. If you feel like you finna crack and break, baby, all I can tell you is get up every day. Say your affirmations. If you need to write things down, if it keeps popping in your mind, just write it down. Burn it. Get up. Get dressed. Learn to do your hair. Learn to do your makeup. Get better clothes. Do you. But do a better, upgraded, healed, softer version of you. Because the life that you have envisioned in your mind is possible. You just can't take that old programming with you. I don't make the rules because, listen, I tried. I've been trying. It ain't working. God's like, nope, you need to heal this. This needs to go. This needs to go. They need to go. Get them out of there. Boom. It's just like, fine. And it's okay. Look, it's okay to be like that on the journey. I promise you. It's okay. Listen, I'm very honest. I've cussed God out, ancestors out sometimes. I do. Because, baby, I'm tired, right? I've done it. I ain't gonna lie. I've done it. And he has responded with such gentleness and love and just comfort. And anytime you need any help, you have help. We are not alone. There's a whole spiritual realm of angels, guardians, ancestors, spirits that can help you. If you need the strength, just ask. We don't ask. See, you got to understand, we have free will. So if we don't invite that in, the help, the courage, the strength, then they don't do nothing. And why would you want to do it by yourself? That just makes things harder. Well, I'm on a time limit. I got to get going to work. But I hope this message has helped you. I hope this message has healed you. And I hope it has lightened your load. I hope that your spirit was just able just to exhale a little bit. You're not alone. This journey is just that. It's a journey, and everyone's journey is different. All right, y'all. I love you. I hope you've been listening, and I will talk to y'all next time. Y'all have yourself a great day.